Alrighty, guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Getting on with some High Republic stuff. Today I'm going to be reviewing issue 4 of the Marvel comic series. There Is No Fear, Chapter 4, Song of the Drengir, written by Cavan Scott. It's art by Ario Anedito, and it came out on April 7th, 2021. So yeah, I thought it was another good issue. Had some great moments with Keeve and Skier when I quite liked. Also, this issue took the story in kind of a different way I wasn't expecting, but I do like where it went. Also, this issue had nice connections to the other High Republic stories, mainly the 3 novels, Light of Jedi, A Test of Courage, and Into the Dark, what I quite liked. And yeah, I've just been really liking the series so far, so yeah, I guess I'll jump into a breakdown, which the issue starts with a flashback with Keeve and Skier 6 years back on planet or place or something called Kiramai, where Skier tells Keeve to jump from this one cliff to the other, but she fails and falls and whatnot, but Skier saves her and she apologizes, but he says to not apologize and that there are no shortcuts and that you try again and again till you succeed. And while that's going on, we get some inner dialogue from Keeve, talking about how great Skier was and how he never gave up on her, but it cuts back to the present, where Skier has him tied, them all up, and with more inner dialogue from Keeve, saying how could it have gone so wrong. But also in the frame, Avar Chris is telling Skier to free them, which Skier responds by saying that the Drengir must feed, which Avar responds by saying that he needs to listen to himself, and that there are people missing on Sedri Minor, people Skier swore to protect when he became a Jedi, at least before he allowed himself to get corrupted. Which she then asks him if this is why he cut himself off with the Force, and why she couldn't hear his song, which Skier responds with that she talks too much, and then he says that she's always convinced everyone dances to her song, but, now she must listen to the song of the Drengir, which then Skier talks about, some of the history of the Drengir, and, we see an image of some Sith who, I guess, teamed up with the Drengir, and the Sith betrayed them and trapped them, and, Skier talks about that, they're trapped until some travelers stumbled across them, referring to, the characters of Into the Dark, which we see an image of Wreath Silas. So yeah, interesting little image of the Sith, which was neat and whatnot, but a lot of that stuff we already kind of knew because of Into the Dark. But there was mention of some great progenitor, so that, I guess it's something about the Drengir. But then it cuts back to Starlit Beacon, where Maru is talking to some archivist named Orba Lynn, who's dissecting the hut with Vernestero and Amiri Cantoris, and they find out it's infected with something, and Orba Lynn's telling Maru that, but then the heart starts to move and Imri thinks it's alive, but instead some Drengir tentacles explode out of it. But then it cuts back to Sedri Minor, where Keeve is talking to Skier, telling him that they can fix what's bothering him and that she still believes in him and whatnot, and she finishes with saying that you don't need to do this, which Skier kind of he does snap out of it and says, that he needed to do it to understand the true nature of the Drengir and to understand their weaknesses. So then he frees them and, apologizes to them for not being strong enough and letting the Drengir take him over, which Kiev responds by saying that he was strong enough and that the force was strong, which Skier then starts to tell her something about, I guess, the force and something he might have learned since the Battle of Kerr or something, I don't know, but Avar tells him that it can wait because the Drengir still have the boy, and so they head out, get a cool little battle shot of them to go free the boy, which we then see them do it. It wasn't very long, it was only one page. But then it cuts to Carl Sulman, who's beating up those Rhodians for blabbing on to the Jedi, which telling them about something, which Avar Chris then breaks on the door and whatnot, asking for a word with Cal, which, he says he doesn't know anything, and starts to run away, which Skier then grabs him and tells him he didn't want the Jedi on his world because he knew about the Drengir and whatnot. But Skier tells him that, and, as a trying to get him to spit Sulman to spit it out, but and Skier uses the force and pushes him to the roof, asking him to tell the truth, which Kiev reminds Skier to remember who he is, which then the one Rhodian asks Avar what a Drengir is, which she responds by saying it's a great danger, which then Maru calls Avar, telling her that Starlight is under attack, which we then see them fighting off the Drengir on Starlight Beacon, what came out of the hut, but she can't respond because then a big ship comes into orbit on Sedru Minor, saying something over the loudspeaker, which is that they have come to deliver the people of Sedru Minor from tyranny in accordance with their bargain. And the Jedi and Carl Sulman walk outside, and Carl says that, he doesn't know what a Drengir is, but the Jedi are about to get a lesson in real power. Which then Skier tells Kiev to ignite her lightsaber, which he says, are we expecting a fight? And Skier responds with, you could say that. Which then you see a hut come out of the ship saying your planet is now the property of the Hut Cartel. And that's where the issue ends off. So yeah, I wasn't expecting the Hutts to show up here at the end, even though it was obvious. There's obviously something with the Hutts and Carl Sulman and whatnot with the Hutt from earlier, but it's nice to see what you start to learn what the Hutts were up to during this the High Republic era and whatnot. Yeah, obviously, like, Skier snapped out of the Drengir control a lot easier than I was expecting, but then again, in all the other stories, the Jedi have been affected by the Drengir, have kind of snapped out of it easily. But I'm fine with that. But yeah, and I really like the moment between him and Kiev when she's saying stuff to him and before he snaps out of it. So yeah, but I quite like this issue, and the series so far I've been pretty enjoying it a lot. So yeah, but this issue, my grade, I'll give it an A. So yeah. Anyways, issue 5 is already out when I'm recording this, so I should have a review of that out soon. There's a few other High Republic stuff I need to do. Adventures issue 3, and 4, and also another short story, First Duty Part 2, which those will all come out before the issue 5 review, so you could check those out then. But in the meantime, you check out all my other High Republic stuff and everything else I do. But I've been Star Wars, catch you guys in the next one.